In this video, you're going to learn how to parse Markdown files using Remark and use them in your Gatsby JS project. So stay tuned and watch this video to the end to learn how to do it. Okay, in our previous lecture, I have showed you how we can use the source file system plugin in Gatsby JS to fetch data with GraphQL, and we basically retrieved information about our files in the Gatsby JS project that we are currently in. So now we're going to take a look at the transformation remark plugin, which is going to help us create articles, blogs, or basically store information in Markdown language files. If you do not know, Markdown language is a way to format HTML document, or basically format text using only hashtags like that. This is going to create a heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3. This is going to bold the text. This is going to make the text italic and stuff like that. I'm going to leave a link to this cheat sheet website where you can study more about the Markdown language. It's basically used a lot in GitHub. If you are familiar with that platform, you're going to find it very useful to learn it if you do not know it already. Basically, all the information about the GitHub project is written in Markdown language. For example, our documentation in the Gatsby JS project in GitHub is written in the Markdown language. If you want, you can see here. Let me just show you where you can find that. That's at github.com/gatsbyjs/Gatsby. And here, as you can see, this the Gatsby project, and we have some information that is coming from the README MD. And if you want to see what this looks like, go ahead and click on it and see the raw file format. Basically, we have HTML and some text which is formatted with the Markdown codes here. And this is what is transforming our text into format like that. So now we're going to go ahead and search for that plugin. So go ahead and open the Gatsby plugins webpage. So let's just type remark, and it's going to be the first plugin that comes up. So we would want to install the Gatsby transform remark here. So copy this command for npm, stop your current Gatsby server, and install the Gatsby transformer remark. Now the plugin has some options that are by default true, so we can only provide the resolve here, or we can only provide the text for this plugin. So what you can do here is copy this, and in your Gatsby config.js, after the plugins, you can just type a comma and paste the name of your plugin here, or you can create brackets here and type resolve and provide the name of your plugin. It's up to you, whatever you decide, it's going to work. So what we want to do now is to recompile our project. So let's type Gatsby develop. Now one last thing that we would need to do before we run our project is to create a folder in our src folder here. So let's create a folder that's going to be named posts, for example. And in the posts, let's create a new file that's going to be, for example, first block post.md. Now what you want to do is create two horizontal lines, which in the cheat sheet are 3 dashes. So let's create two horizontal lines like that, and between the horizontal lines you can create variables that's going to store information about your article. For example, the first one is going to be our title. So let's create a simple title, my first blog post. And we can also create our date. That's going to be between quotes. So 2018, 5/27. And you can also store keywords, for example, first keyword, second keyword, etc., etc. And after that, you would like to create your article. You can use all the headings and the syntax here. Okay, so let's go ahead and search for a random text generator and copy some text here to provide to our article. And this is it. Now we're ready to recompile our Gatsby JS project and try to fetch that information from GraphQL. So let's go ahead and type Gatsby develop and wait for that to compile. Okay, now let's go ahead and open our GraphQL. Okay, now what we want to do is to delete our previous query here. And let's go ahead and search our suggestions by pressing Ctrl space. And as you can see on the bottom, we have Markdown remark and on Markdown remark. So let's go ahead and in the documentation, let's search for all Markdown remark here and see our query. It's a type of Markdown remark connection, which has nodes which we would want to use. And here in the nodes we have an ID, parent, children, front matter, which is going to return all the title, date, keywords, etc. here. We can also get an excerpt from our article, and we can also get the HTML from our article here. So basically whatever you type here, you're going to get it as an HTML. So now let's start building our query here. Let's go ahead and start typing. We would need nodes, and from the nodes we would need front matter, and here we can get the title, we can get the date, and we can get the keywords that we have typed here. And after that we would want to get the excerpt and the HTML. And now let's press the play button here. And as you can see, we have our first article with the keywords, the excerpt, which is some text from the article, and the HTML for that article. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this in the future. If you want to learn more about Gatsby, hit on the link below this video and you will go to my full course on Gatsby JS. So see you next time.